Back now with author Thao Thai, whose debut novel, Banyan Moon, is this month's Read With Jenna book club pick.
Okay, it's one of my favorite books. I love it. If you have not read it, it's not too late. It's a beautiful story about 3 generations of Vietnamese women. Take a look. Anne Tran's life is perfectly choreographed. She has a successful career, a charming boyfriend, and a beautiful lake house. But a positive pregnancy test and a betrayal change everything. When her beloved grandmother passes away, Anne's forced to return home to her estranged mother and a house that carries generations of family secrets. Spanning from 1960s Vietnam to the present-day swamplands of the Florida coast, Banyan Moon is a story of mothers and daughters, of what we pass down to the next generation and what we choose to leave behind.
Okay, that was, by the way, beautiful.
If that trailer doesn't make you want to read it, I don't know what will.
Welcome, Thao. We also want to say hello to the Subtle Asian Book Club. These lovely ladies, their mission is to amplify Asian storytellers. By the way, this group has more than 15,000 members around the world. They've raised more than $4,000 for various nonprofits to support AAPI in that community. And they have traveled here from all over the country to be part of this. So we just want to say welcome. We're happy you guys are here.
Thank y'all for being here. Okay, so Thao, this book, I loved it. I've told you that. I've gushed over it. Where did the spark of the idea come from?
Well, so I come from a line of very strong women. They have beautiful stories, and they have this will to survive and to protect their children. And so I always wanted to pay homage to their journey and how they got here from Vietnam. But then when I became a mother, I started thinking a lot about these issues of inheritance. And as you said, what we choose to keep, what we choose to pass along. And this all kind of coalesced in Banyan Moon and the Tran women who have such a complicated and fierce love for each other.
I think it's so interesting because your main character chose to show just a part of her initially. And I think a lot of people who come over as immigrants can relate to that. They're like, that's the part that I'm going to present, but the rest of this history, I'm going to tuck away.
Absolutely. And one of the main characters, she has this very curated image. You know, she wants people to see her in a certain way. And the truth is, she is messy, but in all the most beautiful ways. And it takes her a really long time to be at home with that. And it takes a homecoming, which is sometimes what we need, right? We need to go back to where we started to find who we are now.
And hear the voices of those that came before, right?
Literally and figuratively in this case.
This made me miss my grandmother so much, this book. So if any of you loved your grandmothers, you should pick it up. Okay, now we have to get to all of you incredible women. We have questions from our book club. First up is Alexandra.
I personally love this book so much, and one of my favorite elements was the Banyan House and how that in many ways represented the diaspora search for a home. So my question is, did you have a Banyan House growing up, and what inspired you to include this in your story?
Yeah, great question.
Yeah, it's a great question. So the Banyan House is its own character. It's wild and it's decrepit and it's falling apart, but it's also full of all this history. So I didn't grow up with a Banyan House, but I certainly grew up in traditions where houses meant so much. I would go down the street and look in windows and imagine what was going on behind the scenes. And so that really influenced the book in this novel. And also I grew up by the Ringley Museum in Sarasota, which has these huge sprawling grounds and these banyan trees. They're humongous. They are grotesque. They kind of grow out. And as a kid, you know, playing among those trees, that is ripe for imagination. So I combined both those things into the Banyan House, which you will see very prominently featured in the book.
Yeah, and Florida plays such a part, that kind of lush landscape.
We have Miss Tiffany next. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi, again, we loved your book so much. And as I mentioned, Banyan Moon is a multi-generational tale detailing a family through life and also death. So we were really curious how you went about navigating the different experiences and emotions, since all the characters are of different ages and backgrounds.
Absolutely. So the voice that came to me the clearest was Min's. She's the grandmother. She is very assertive and opinionated, and that was just such a fun character to write, you know, because she says a lot of the things you're not supposed to say. So I loved that about her. But then the more I wrote the book, the more the other women's voices started coming in, and I was thinking a lot about their struggles and how they would interpret the same events. It's kind of like a kaleidoscope, you know, you see the image, but then with one twist, it becomes something totally different. So I loved playing with that in the book.
Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. Okay, our final question.
Zara.
Hi.
We really loved the book. Like, we couldn't put it down. And while we were reading it, we were thinking about Asian culture, how it tends to favor male figures in their household. But, which we loved, your book flipped the script and put women at the forefront. So we were just curious, why was that so important for you to explore in this book?
Yeah, so I think in a lot of portrayals we see the Vietnamese American man as sort of the head of the household, but that was never the case for my family. My family, the voices were from the women, and they would make a lot of the decisions. And I remember being in the kitchens, and my grandmother, my aunt, my mother, they would exchange gossip and tell history and exchange their recipes too. And it was just this beautiful melody, and there was something so intimate and powerful about these experiences. And also, when you talk about the Vietnam War, a lot of times you see the heroism of the soldiers, the men in combat, but there was heroism happening at home too. It's the quieter work of raising children, of surviving, and I thought that was so important to bring to the forefront in Banyan Moon.
Oh, you guys, Banyan Moon.
Awesome.
Didn't you love it so much?
Well, you guys did so good. Being on TV and asking your questions. You did a very good job.
Okay, it's not too late, you guys. If you have not read Banyan Moon, check it out. Go to today.com/read with Jenna. And if you're in New York right now, by the way, Thao will be across the street signing books at the NBC stores at 11 a.m.
You have 5 minutes.
Yeah, hurry.
Go, go,
hurry.
go.
Y'all go. Bring all your friends.
All right.
And we thank you.